Ken Roczen is in massive trouble. Buckle up and strap in. Hold on to your hats and glasses. We're going to blow the lid off the biggest storyline in this offseason that came out of left field. Most of us kind of knew, okay, there's some stuff going on when Honda pulled the carpet, pulled the rug, the full rug pull on Kenny Boy, kicked him to the curb. But like I've always said, the truth is usually somewhere in the middle. And what I see currently, a lot to digest today. Buckle up and strap in. I'm going to blow the lid off some stuff for us because I think I got a pretty good temperature check on what's going on now with old Kenny Boy. Listen, the rest of the industry, well, the riders probably don't really dig what's going on. Typically, you're going to watch around this time a lot of testing, test track footage, anytime you see right now, so-and-so, Cincerello or Team Cowie at the test track, you're like, who cares? Like, not even that interested anymore. Ken Roczen was the biggest offseason story and continues to be, but now what he's doing completely is just trying to increase his stock value, his camp, his publicists, his handlers. Kenny, let's keep riding this wave. It's just building your stock value. And right now, make no mistake about it, the reason that Hep Suzuki landed in Florida for him to ride with no Twisted Tea logo on the shroud, because he told him, send me the bike because we're close to making a deal. I want to continue to ride this thing because there's a chance if you guys come up with my price tag, I'm going to be on it, but I can't have Twisted Tea on this bike. It's going to be progressive. Kenny will be on Kenny Island if that deal plays out. And I believe out of everything that's going on right now that we're seeing, that's probably the deal that's the closest to getting done. But it's all coming down to money. And guess what? A new player has entered with a Cowie deal for him. He's in negotiations. Otherwise, he wouldn't have leaked that footage of a Cowie now being something that he's apparently considering writing. The challenge is here, my friends. Kenny boy, you're in massive trouble unless you're planning on, Kenny, doing an abbreviated season. If you're not going to race the whole series, then go ahead and flirt with this as long as you want. Juice it for as much as you can get. But my anticipation is you better be whatever bike you show up on A1, because he's going to come to A1 unprepared no matter what bike he goes with, no matter what bike he has the most seat time is, and then he's going to make excuses. And he's going to expect us to buy it. We're going to be like, no, Kenny, you had your chance to make a deal stick, commit to a bike if your number one priority was results at this season's Supercross, A1. You now are chasing the money. Why? Because you've got an agent that gets paid more. If you get paid more, everybody is in your ear, and you're in massive trouble unless your contract that you currently have with all these bikes that you're flirting around with, and I know you've got multiple. You've got one with, I bet you, Star, Club, Hep, Cowie, just to name a few. Should I park my program under an existing semi? Like if he goes to Hep Suzuki, he's going to be off on the far end, maybe his own semi-truck, and then the other riders are going to have Twisted Tea, and he's going to have Progressive, because Red Bull's not going to let him run that unless Twisted Tea has enough money to compete with Red Bull, which they obviously don't. It ain't happening. So now we're seeing this Cowie deal, this photo. Now, this is either complete clickbait. Let's put some Kenny graphics on the bike and continue to melt the internet, which is stupid because now it's becoming a little obvious that maybe it was obvious kind of from the beginning that you're just going for clicks to try to increase the stock value of the whatever contract you're trying to negotiate with other teams. It could be completely just smoke and mirrors. Hey, you know what? I want to get the most money I can out of Suzuki right now. And they're going to the manufacturer too. The manufacturer's on life support, and they're trying to borrow money, get leverage to get Kenny Roczen back on that bike because it could breathe new life into the brand, which is in fact what it really needs very badly. That's what their suits are talking about in the conference rooms. They're not talking about Kenny Roczen so much as they are, this is our chance to try to breathe life back into our brand that's on the verge of being pulled from professional moto. Like, that's how serious this is. So as we read between the lines and look between the cracks, this is what I'm seeing right now, my friends. Kenny Roczen is juicing this. He's dominating the offseason. The other riders don't like it because it's taking clicks and views away from their social media, and he's just trying to build his worth, his brand, his contract amount, his negotiation strategy to be able to capitalize on, look at how polarizing I am right now. You guys need to pay big for me. In fact, our last deal is off the table. We have a new deal. In fact, if you want to compete with us, we got a Cowie deal on the table right now. We're going to need you to match that, Suzuki. You're prepared to do that? Let us know. Send me a bike out to Florida. Don't put Twisted Tea on it. I'll ride the thing. I'll even show a picture of me on it. But that is where this thing is going. This is, like I told you guys when I started this channel very recently, this season will be historic. We've never, ever seen anything like this. And we're just scratching the surface. The industry has a lot to contend with right now. We're trying to add this new Super Motocross Series component, playoffs, football, whatever, playoffs type of BS. I don't know if it's going to work. I hope it does. I hope it does. But had they not messed with the industry as much as they messed with it, outdoors, indoors, 2 disciplines. That's where these things should have lied. It's now getting so the water is getting so muddy out there. Then you throw in Jet and Danger Boy and all these other just distractions, and you can see the industry is just trying to use these athletes as vehicles to try to gain momentum for the industry. Unfortunately, what we're seeing now is you don't even have to necessarily be a championship threat anymore. If you have the right handlers and machine around you, you can basically become a top star in the sport without results. Ask Ricky. I bet you money. You ask Ricky. When Ricky came up, it was blood, sweat, and tears. Hours of testing. Results are the only thing that got him to the levels he got. McGrath, the same thing, and the ones before him and before him and before him. And somewhere, something happened. This big lockdown thing didn't help anything. I can tell you that, because a lot of these companies are running on fumes right now. They enjoyed injections of stimulus and PPP loans to keep their doors open and people employed, and now they can't rely on that anymore. And now we have this perfect storm brewing that could come blindside the whole industry. In final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator, as a guy that wants to see you not only win on the track, off the track, understanding the waters that we're swimming in now are shark infested. And Kenny Boy Roczen, you better make up your mind quick on what you want to do, or you're going to show up to A1 after all this hype and get smoked. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to contact me. If you enjoyed this video, I know you're going to love the next video. As always, thank you for your time. Don't go over the bars today. I will see you on the next video.